The slide is visible to all view of the data.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, good. So over the slide, you can see the view of the data means what I mean to say right over here. What would be the view of the data? Means what is the data view in the database management system? Database system, as we know, it is a collection of the interrelated files. Please keep in mind the statement or database system as a collection of interrelated files and a set of the programs. Why programs? Because we are doing some operation like addition, deletion. So implicitly, there are some algorithm by which the operations are to be performed. So database system definitely would be a collection of interrelated files. That is the point we have to keep in mind. Don't worry with that. With the image, will show you. Next point, as a student asked me the purpose. So the purposes we have seen yesterday. So we have to keep in mind what is the main purpose of the database system in our database management system. So that point we have to keep in mind what is the level or what is the view of the data. So very practically you can say or I can say over here while logging on the Gmail while using the gmail.com, if I try to put the password username I can put, but we don't know what is the internal algorithm or what is the internal facility the Google is providing to us. We don't know. So, but we are ultimately accessing the data only. So the things we are using, that is abstract view. So abstract view of the data is having by the Google itself while logging into the account. So we are able to see only the R detail with the help of the login. So that is the point we have to keep in mind, the abstract view of the data. So abstract view of the data will be. Okay, so that is a system hides the certain details of how data are stored and maintained. So system is required to hide some details here and that is necessary. Okay, so from this perspective, we can see systems are required to hide some details because if we're talking about the abstraction, so abstraction means to hide some information from the users. Just like example of the class. In the C++ object-oriented programming, class itself is the abstraction view of the data because user can view only those data which are required to accessible only. Okay, so that is my point. So that is a point we have to keep in mind. Uh, Yes, students. So right now, we are on the topic right now. So the system, just can you tell me, am I audible?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay. So basically, I was talking about the C++ programming. So in the C++ programming, if you remember the data abstraction, so how we can use the data abstraction thing. If you remember the point, you can say class. Class is the best way to represent your data in from the abstraction nature. Same thing here. So same thing. If I'm suppose, are you able to you see the bit of data set database? No, because we don't know in which tool what or what is the mechanism or what is the algorithm they have used to create the database. We know, we don't know. Am I right? Are you able to see the bit of data set? No. We are able to see only the things which is to be visible over here. Okay, that is the point. Is it clear to all right now? Is it clear? Just tell me yes or no.
yes, sir.
Same thing. So view of data can be represented by the mighty Algoston in three levels. One is data abstraction, and next one is in the data abstraction point. So in which we have the three different levels. One is a view level, logical level, and physical level. So this slide, I hope so it is will be visible, and let me explain the point which is already drawn over here. So one by one, I'm explaining. I'm telling to all the students, please keep in mind, this is the most important slide where one question may ask into the examination. It could be midterm or T-level examination. So we are talking about the levels of the data abstraction, or we can say, I can ask this question to the examination, data abstraction level of the database, just like this question. So we will study this diagram from the bottom to up. First one, we have the physical level. You can read out the some point over here. The physical levels means what we are saying. What we are saying, the lowest level of the abstraction describe the how the data are actually stored. So physical levels means we are talking about the how data is actually stored into the system. So suppose do you know how internal algorithm is working? We don't know. And what is the mechanisms they are using? We don't know. Same thing if you're trying to insert some information, insert some data, or we're trying to delete or update, we know what the data we are putting, but we don't know how it is to be happening. So in the physical level, what the data we have and how we are storing, that is the point we have to keep in mind. In this case, the nature of the data is applicable. Now listen, if you are I'm just trying to put your age xyz, then you will say, sir, it is not a valid age, because of course I know. So while designing the data base, while designing the my table, I will provide some constraint to the my database, that is the age should be numerical. So same thing here, I'm talking about the physical level is saying to us how data are actually stored into the our computer system, and that is a point we have to keep in mind. So as an end user, you are able to store the information, you are putting the information, but internally which algorithm or which method we are using, we don't know. So that is to be done by the logical level. So logical level is saying to us how what are the information we are storing, and what is relationship between the all the data. Just like if I'm putting the contact number, so who is the owner of this contact number, who is the owner of this mobile number? So how we can justify this point, my dear all those friends? No. So there is a table, there is a relation, or there is a file which compromise the information will in proper way. So I'm putting the roll number, name, age, date of birth, and mobile number. So name, if I'm putting, so this name is associated with the mobile number. So it means in such entire information, entire details, there will be one relationship, or maybe have or may have many relationship. So this logical thing will be interpreted by the logical level. So next it would be next high level. But over the slide, you can see there are the lots of the viewpoints, V1 to V2 and so on. So view n. So now we have the view level. So what is view level is saying to us? View level is saying to us we have the many view of the same database. Now question we should have in our minds are how we can say There is only one physical level, there is only one logical level, but in the view level we have the many view level. No, we have only one view level, but insidely we have many views. We have the many views. I'm telling this example right now, then you can understand. With help of the google.com, gmail.com, if I try to put the username password, then what will be happen? Are you able to see the others emails details, or are you able to see the inbox of the other person? Are you able to? No. Why? Because you have only right to access your all information only. So view level is means saying to us, suppose we are accessing the database of the Google, then we are just able to access own information only. We don't have any right or privilege to access the other information. So the view at the different level will be different. I will tell you this example with help of the this diagram. You can see this is a database of the beta. This is a database of beta. Okay. In this case, student also having own data. Yes, of course. Faculty is also having the own data. Staff is also having own data, and HR and finance department also having own data. So what it means is HR department and staff department and faculty and student will not create their own database. There will be one database, and inside there are lots of the relations or tables of files, and all these files are integrated to each other. So it means what we are doing, we are just trying to remove the integrity problem, and which is occurred by the traditional file system. So what we are doing here from the B top, I'm able to see your marks, I'm able to see your grade, but I'm able to put your marks only. I'm not able to put your other faculties marks. So it means I have only the one restriction. So that is a point. The VTOP application, we have the same level, but by login or by the signing the privilege to at a different level, everyone are accessing the same database, same data set, but they have the own view. You are able to just see only. You are not able to see the dean's details. No, I'm not able to see the dean detail. So but deans is able to see the faculty and student detail as well. So how it is possible? Because what the privilege we have given. So that is a point we have to keep in mind. Here we have the different view, and that is a real example. I'm talking the BTOP. If we have a thousand students and thousand logins teachers, we have thousand credentials. We have so thousand students can see only their details only. They are not able to see the other details, but they are accessing or they are bound by the same database. That is a view will be different. View will be different at the same level. So that is a point you have to keep in mind. There would be only the one view level, but views will be different. That is a logical level is described that what is the data, what is the information we are storing into database, and how to make the relationship. And physical level is saying to us, you are just create or doing something, but how data is deleting, how data is updating, how data is modifying. You are just using the syntax command only at the physical level. I'm just putting the create table name. So what I'm doing, I'm just putting the some logical syntax, but with this help, I know what the information putting. But internally, how it is giving, how it is to be stored into the memory, we don't know. That is to be done by some algorithm, and that is a part of the logical. So this is a summary of the data abstraction. Yes, tell me right now. This point is all this diagram is clear to all right now. Yes, tell me right now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I'm repeating one thing, summarize way physical level will be one, logical level will be one, but view level could be many of a data set. Please keep in mind, I'm not talking about the entire, there will be one data set. Okay, so that is the point. So when talking about the instance and schema, this is the second point. So instance schema is saying to us, instance and schema is saying to us, what is the moment at which you are performing some operation. I'm not going into in detail way over here. I'm not reading any each and every point. I'm just giving the summarized point over here. I have just put it the content over here for the notes purpose only. On the one moment at which I'm just trying to insert or delete my record, or I'm just trying to update my record. Just like example, Suppose previously my roll number was my mobile number was the 99999 so 10 times. But I lost my phone. I just need to update my contact number. So how I can update? Just definitely, I need to use a statement or some mechanism by which I'm just trying to update my contact number. So I'm updating my contact number 8888 so and so. So 888776. What is the value I'm putting into the my replacing my previous number by this number? Then what is happening? The movement could be the time 10 p.m. 20 minutes and 36 seconds. So this is the time slabs which is stored into the memory to determine you have updated the previous thing. My dear, I'm telling right now the practical, I'm total practically banda or person who believes to explain the concept. Have you seen the internet banking? The internet banking on the side or I don't know what banking you are using. You will be able to see on the top corner or side corner, you will see last login details. You have the last login details. So it means at what day or on which date or what time you have login the last time. So this is the time. So that is the instance. Instance is totally associated with the time factor only. Now, schema. Schema is saying to us, it is totally coming from the word scheme. Now, what is scheme? I'm saying, have you gone through the scheme of the data structure? Have you gone through the scheme of the cybersecurity courses and BI courses? So, what you will see? You will see the structure of the entire course. So, inspired from the such word, we have the schema. So, database schema means we are talking about the database structure. And how we can say, so what is the database structure? Database structure means what is the name of the database and how many relations we can have. If we have the one relationship, one relation or one table or one file, then what is the total number of the columns we are using? That is a database schema. So if you remember the various diagrams just like this one, as I told you, say, this is not. Are you able to see this table? This table right now, the product.
Yes, sir.
So product is what? Product is the name of our database or we can say table right now. Product number, product name, cost, and company is what? These are the attributes. And so with the help of these attributes, we can say this is our structure of the database. But that is the point. So, okay, so let me explain this concept with the real image so you will able to see the point. But let me know right now the term instance schema is clear to all right now. The term instance and schema is clear to all right now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now this is yes. Tell me any doubt. Yes, tell me any doubt you
Please
have.
explain one more time.
Which one? Which one? Which one? Instance or schema?
Instances and sub both.
Uh, both. Okay, no problem. So here I have. Let me, yeah. This. Are you able to see this slide? The student schema. Just tell me.
Sir.
Okay. So in the student schema, you will able to see how many columns we have: roll number, student name, and age. Am I right? Is it visible to all right now? Roll number, student name, and age. Is it visible to all right now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So yeah. So in this schema, how many columns we have? We have the three columns: roll number, student name, and age. So suppose I'm just trying to add a new record. Okay. I'm just trying to add a new record. This is the roll number 4, student name M, and his or her is 19. Okay, and this part. Just see only these three columns or attributes. So at what moment we are storing such information. So the time which are associated with to store the information, that is known as the Suppose I have stored this time, this record 10, 26, 39 AM. But I found over here, I have entered the wrong age of the student AM. It should be 29. So previously, the record was updated or stored or created or inserted 10 AM 26 seconds, just like this time. So this time also will be updated. This time will be also updated with the time factor. So we can say, so now time will be updated 10, 28 after some time, after 2 minutes, okay, and 14 seconds here. So this is what the each and every record in the world must be having by internally time factor. So time is an important factor which is associated to maintain the record. So last time when you log into your account, how many records you have seen, how many mails you have read out. Okay, so each and everything will be stored into the Google server. That is the point. Last time when you have logged into the Facebook, it is also maintained by the Facebook server as well. So we are the small person, we are not easy to detect the thing. So we have to be a smart to learn all the things. That is my point. So now this instance is clear right now.
Yes, sir.
And now my dear schema is concerned. Schema is saying to us what is schema? Schema means structure. So if I'm saying student is my database or table. So what is the schema? Student, and it has its roll number, student name, and age. Okay, this is a schema. Do not think about the gender right now because I have the topic on which I have to cover this part right now. So that's why this slide is here. So these are the three different columns. So we have the roll number, student name, and age. This is the schema. Okay, the structure actually. Schema means structure. This is clear right now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so thank you. So now if you're talking about our point. So I hope this slide is visible to all right now. Is it visible to all? The MS axis.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so MS axis, I have created a small file to represent my or to justify my words over here. I have created a small record, a small database inside the MS axis. MS axis is also an example of the database management system. So before jumping to the advanced part, let me explain the basic part right now. So student database. So you will able to see I have just marked the particular file by the student. So student is the name of the database. Now focus on my words once again. What is the words I told you? A database system is a collection of interrelated files. So it means a database can have the many files. Am I right? Tell me yes or no. A database can have the many files. Just tell me. Am I right? Is it possible or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
sure,
Yes, sir.
sure, sure. Good. So in the student database, I have some files and which are recognized by the table, which are recognized by the filter, guardian, setting, student attendance, and student guardian. Is it visible to right now? Tell me, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So the point is saying to us, if we try to see the details, each and everything properly, so now let me explain. Let me explain with a simple way so you will be able to understand. This is what? This is a student database. So in this case, you will observe over here, our database is a collection of many files. So here we have the student database. So in this database, how many files we have? You can observe over here, filter, guardian, setting, student attendance, students and student guardian. So now keep in mind, my dear all the students right now over here, what I mean to say that a student is a database, so it is a collection of the various interrelated files. So files is basically a generalized term. Okay, so please keep in mind my words. File is generalized word. Next we have the table. Table is a word, the technical word which describe that it contains the data in 2D manner. 2D means two dimension. So what are the two dimension? One dimension following the row, another dimension following by the record. Yes, tell me, am I right? Yes, tell me, any doubts so far? So 2D means rows and columns. Is it visible to all right now? I'm writing over here. Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
File is a generalized term, table is a technical term, and mathematical term we have the relation. So relation do not indicate, do not understand this relation word with the mathematically purely, but here mathematically we will say relation is basically a kind of the data store or data representation mechanism only. But while solving the problem in the mathematically notation way, at a time the term we have to use a relation. But all these files, table, and relation are associated with the same concept or same meaning. So we can say this is a naming convention only. So a student is of a database, so it can have the many tables, many files, or many relations. So what are these over here? Filter, guardian, settings, students, and tables and guardian. So here I am trying to create a new table or new relation or new file that is student list, as you can see over here. So my dear student, just tell me right now, first name, last name, email, student ID, label, rooms, and special circumstances. What are these? These are the, these are what? Can anyone tell me what are these? Yes, tell me what are these? First name, last name, email, student ID, label, and room, and special circumstances. Can you tell me what are these?
Attributes.
Attributes, sir.
Yeah,
Attributes.
super. These are also known as the attributes, and these are the attributes. Okay, good, super. And I have the two records. I'm speaking once again. I have the two records. One is the Veer and Kushwa, and these are the respectively. We have some details. Next, we have the Golu Singh. So, what is this? This is our first record. Can we say this is our first record? So, this is what this is our record. And as per the our concept, what is record? Record is a collection of the data values. I'm repeating once again. A record is a collection of the data values which is associated with the attributes name. Am I right? I'm not going to the bookish term. I'm talking about the concept what we have seen. So I'm speaking the same concept. So what is record? According to our concept, record is a collection of data values which are associated with the attributes name. Am I right? Are you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Same. So while learning the any concept, if you are understanding any concept in simple way, so you will write your the definition of the concept in your way. So you are not need to worry about the how we have to remember the definition. This is a totally foolish point you are telling to me right now. Because definition of the concept cannot be learned or cannot be mugged up. We can learn the concept. We can understand the thing only. So if you know the concept, then you can write the definition of any topic or any technical concept in your way. So that is the beauty of the learning approach. So attribute is clear, record is clear, and the file, table, relation is clear, database is clear. Is it clear to all these terms right now? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, good. So I explained the slide to the other slot. So I mentioned over here the same thing. So here's the point. Last year I explained this concept, so I have kept out this information over here. Now, this is the point you can observe over here. A student asked me, sir, what is mean by the form at the bottom side? I'm able to see over here. So in the my axis, if you try to put the new record, if you try to add a new record, if you try to update something or modification, that we can do with another graphical user interface pattern based. We can do that is also possible. So in the with the help of the form mechanism inside the my MS Access we can do. So table is what? Table is the only the files or information represented by the 2D manner only we can have. Query is what? Query is basically is a generalized query in which we have the summarized part. Just like I need to see the name of those students who belong to the Madhu. Okay, that's I'm taking simple example. So I will see only those student name who belong to the Madhu only. So it could the student can be Madhumalti, Madhumita, and so and so. Okay, so that is my point. And form is basically representation of the graphical way to perform the any functions of the database management system. Now see the question. Now asking this question. So, but what is required? Yes, of course, it is required. If you are not keep maintaining the information, you are not performing any function with the help of the graphical user interface, then you have to use the typing. You have to remember some syntaxes. You have to use the typing. Your one silly mistakes, your small mistakes will get confused. So we are unable to do some task because I'm uh, getting lots of the error. Just single dot can also produce lots of the error. That is the point. But with the help of the graphical user interface environment, you can put the detail and you can modify detail in simple way. So that is the point. So learning can be done at any level, but we have to understand what we are following. So this is the part of the form. Now, is it clear to all right now? What I mean to say it and what I'm speaking, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Suppose city I need to put Bhopal. I can put, but with the help of the command or syntax I need to put, then I have what I have to. I'm speaking right now. Update student list data table where first name or where student ID is 123 and update the city. So I have to write the entire statement just like English statement. So one silly mistake, so one non-known to the command or syntax, I'm unable to do. That is the point. So that is the reason. So graphical user interface, we can have this facility. Even MySQL also having this facility, but I will tell you each and everything with help of the command based because learning is more important. If you're trying to learn each and everything, then you can implement such commands into a project as well. Because at the time you are required to put some query to fetch the data dynamically or statically. So that is the point. So that is reason query writing itself is an art. So how we can see? Definitely we will see step by step. So some points here we have discussed, and here we have. So database system basically have a several schema. Yes, of course we can have a several schema like over here. See, filter, guardian, student setting, also student attendance, student guardian. All these are the sub schemas, and the database can have the multiple schema. It is also possible. Yes, of course. Okay, so that is the point. You have to keep in mind. And physical schema is saying to us at the physical level, if we are following the physical level and we are making a structure, then what we have the physical schema. So physical schema and logical schema are the two new terms which is saying to us at the physical level and logical level. We have the two schema which are known as the physical schema and logical schema. So that is a point we have to keep in mind while designing or maintaining the database. But the point we have to keep in mind at the view level, which schema I must use. View schema, no, because view schema is not constrained by the single view. It is constrained by the or it is handled by the many view. It can have the many view. So that is the point. Suppose I need to check the grade of the my one student who is regular, or I need to check the attendance of the one student. Is it really attending the class or not? So I'm able to see. That is my point. My other faculties or my other colleagues can also check the same attendance. So they are using their own credential and they are login and see the attendance. Same thing I'm doing. So the view can be done by the various places with help of by the help of the various people. So view can be done at any level or at any point or by the many people simultaneously. But in this case, we will not say there's a view schema. The view schema can be understood by the sub schema part. So the point we have to keep in mind at the view level, we are using the schema term at the view level, then we have the sub schema. And these sub schemas also known as the multiple schemas are known as the sub schema. Let me explain this concept by an example. This table, just let me know, is it visible to all right now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Whenever
sir.
you go, yeah, good. So whenever you have any problem at any point, please you can ask me anytime. So far, tell me right now any doubt. Yes, tell me. So,
Clear.
okay, good. So please listen to this example. This is a very simple example to clear all the concept in simple way. So I have taken the simple example. I have taken a small table that is a product. So here I'm just talking about a single table only. I'm not talking about the database because database can have the multiple table or can have the many table, can have more than one table. I can say in general way can have the more than one table. So XYZ is the name of the database, but here I'm just talking about right now the table. Product is the name of the R table and product name, product number, and cost and company, which brand of the product we are using. So we have all these are recognized by the attributes, and it contains the 500 records. I'm not talking about the specific record, but I'm just taking 500 records. Now this part is clear. This part is clear to all right now. Tell me, this part is clear. We have a one schema, we have the one table, and that is represented by its own schema, and it contains the many attributes. So it also having the 500 records. So in the next time you will not say, sir, we don't know what is the record. As I told you, a record is a collection of the data value and which are associated with the various attributes name. That is the point. So the first part, the left side part, I'm explaining. Is it clear to all right now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So here there are 3 person, or we can say 3 students. They are visiting a shopping mall to purchase some product. So in the shopping mall, the shopkeeper is also using a product database. It contains the lots of the thing, but I am taking only the 4 information or 4 attributes for understanding purpose. X is a student. He is saying, sir, I need to see the only the detail of the those product which belong to the Maggie only. So you can see I have I have written a query. I have written the query with help of the some clauses, and those are the select from where. You can see these are the select from where. This is these are the clauses which are used to write the query. In the select clause, we have to select the attribute name from which attribute we need to fetch the data. And from is a clause in which we have to use that table or relation because it is required. And where is the condition? Suppose I am not putting the condition over here, so it will display the entire record, that is the 500 records. But I have given the condition, and student is giving the condition to me. No, sir, I want to see only those record or those information which is falling by the Maggie only. So where I put the condition, product name should be Maggie. It could be masala Maggie, it could be fry Maggie, it could be dry Maggie, something and so on. So Maggie 1, 2, 3, so and so forth. So finally, I have seen over here 40 record, the 40 record are coming from the product table. Please keep in mind, X is getting the 40 information out of the 500 records based on the condition that is a Maggie. So X is able to see only the 40 records only. Okay, on his computer system. Is it okay right now? Is it okay?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, why is another student and she is very smart? She is saying, no, sir. See, in this situation, the vegetable are just hiking the price so much, and I need to cook so many vegetable at my home. So my mother is saying to say many purchase a good vegetable and prepare the vegetable and cook the food properly and so on. So please utilize the vegetable with the proper oil and so many excuses student has. So she is saying, no, sir, I just need to see the product name along with its cost definitely. So the entire record will be displayed over here: product name, cost, and details. So I need to filter the information with the oil only. So same thing she is applying. So what she is getting 100 records. So according to X trend, he is getting the 40 records only when he also access the same table. So X and Y both are using the same table, so it should not be happen. For both students X and Y, we have to write or design a new table or two tables. No, that should not be happen. And if talking about Jad is too miser person, and he is not. want to spend lots of the amount. He is saying, sir, I just need to see only those details which are under to my budget. That is 100 rupees or less than 100 rupees, I can vary. So select the cost and from the product, and the cost of the product should be less than 100 or equal to 100. So 1 rupees to 100 rupees, what we are getting, that is to be displayed. In this expensive world, what we have only the 5 products which are under into the 100 rupees according to the product table. So he's getting only the 5 records only. So keep in mind 40 plus 100 plus 5. So you can't combine, sir. There should be the less than 500. These are not equal to the 500. No, they are the perception. They are the query. They are the requirement. They are getting the information only. So the addition should not be equal to, or there is no guarantee the addition will be equal to the 500. So that is my point. X and Y, Z also having the own perception, own information. So this is the sub schema. So X is also having the sub schema because information display in the limited way. Record is also coming into limited way. Same Y, same I, and for the Z. I can understand this point by the help of the ISCT website. If I'm booking the ticket, then I found after the some time I got okay 100 seats are available. After the 2 minutes or maybe after 1 hour, I'm trying to book my ticket, then I found no seats are available because all seats are booked. So why? Because at the same time I'm accessing the IRCT database and the other people also access the same data set. So they got the chance to book the ticket and they have booked. That is the reason. Because they're also getting the information. Now from the IRCT website, I need to check only the train which is running from the Bhopal to Hyderabad. Okay, so I'm accessing the same data set, same database. Now you need to move from Bhopal to Jabalpur. So what you are getting, you are accessing the same database, but you are getting the different tiers. That is it. So the information you are getting, I'm getting, both are the different or both may be different because of the my query. That is a my point. So the information I'm getting from the schema manner. So this is the sub schema. Because at the view level, I'm getting different view and you are getting the different view. Now, this is clear to all right now. I have taken the simple example. Is it clear to all right now?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
can anyone is having right now any doubt? Just can anyone have doubt? Anyone who is having any doubts, please you can ask me right now. Yeah, beta of what we are. You are getting the same view from the same server. I am also having the same view, same server. So each and every person has a own view. Yes. No doubt. So should we move to the continue?
Sir,
Yes, tell me.
sir, is Z guys sub-schema of product?
No, sub is there is no guarantees total of see suppose here I'm getting the 40 record which is equal to the product name Maggie. I'm here by also getting the information which is equal product is equal to the file only. But there are some product which are keep in mind they are greater than the 500 rupees cost and which are not Maggie and oil. So there could be some product. There could be some product which are not Maggie or oil, but they are greater than more than the 100 rupees cost. Then what happened? They are not included. They are the part of the 500 record, but they are not displaying over here. That is it. See, every time you're trying to book a ticket, so all the time you will able to see on suppose I need to book my ticket from Bhopal to Hyderabad. So will I able to see the train which is running from the Bhopal to Delhi? No. There is no guarantee. Train may be or may not be. Train may be or may not be. So there is no guarantee. The total, the sum of the 40, 100 plus 5 should not be equal to 500. There is no guarantee. It can or it cannot. It depend on your question. Depend upon your queries. Yes. Is it clear or doubt you have?
Yes, sir.
Because see, there are some record which could be greater than the 5. See, the cost can be 500 rupees. Suppose cost is more than 500 rupees. 2 or 3 records could be, but the product we are looking for those are not Maggie on oil. So at a time, suppose I'm getting here 100 records. These 100 records are included or are the part of the 500 record, but they are not showing over here because I am getting the information only which are relevant to me. So while searching over the internet or Google search engine, if I'm searching the notes on the database, so will I get the notes related to the chemistry or physics? No, that is my point. But in the server, we have the lots of the output of the data. Is it clear to right now? Yes, tell me. Right. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. So any doubts so far? Students, tell me, do you have any doubts? So please, you can ask. Or should we move to the continue? Just tell me, should we move to continue or any doubt?
Sir, can you show some practical examples?
Yes. I will show the practical example, but before that, you must be aware about the fundamental parts. So that's why I have given some information. See, my all the lectures will be connected with the practical as well. Don't worry. Whenever you have any doubt, then you can ask me. But understand the fundamental thing. See, what is the sub schema? Okay, I'm not giving the theoretical portion. I'm giving the practical. I'm telling the practical session. So in the practical session, you will able to see the okay, sir. Yes, schema. So this point you have to keep in mind. Here you are not getting the thing into visualized manner. So you are saying, sir, how we can see. But the theory portion you have to keep in mind right now. So after the 2-3 days or maybe the 4 to 5 class, you will see all the things properly. Okay, so note down all the things and you can ask me at the time while doing the practice. Okay.
Okay, sir.
See, without the telling to the fundamental, how you can say, sir, what is this? Without knowing the fundamental part of the theory or part of the any programming language, in the first day you will write the program. No, the fundamental part is required. Without knowing the A, B, C, did you write the? Did you write? Do you have any right to, or do you have any idea to write the statement? No. Without knowing the English grammar, are you able to write the statement properly? No. So that is the point. So the fundamental or theory part is required portion. So that's why I'm just focusing on the fundamental part nowadays. And after understanding this point, definitely you will be happy to say, yes, we are getting the. Don't worry, I have just some different plan. So with according to the plan, we will see the practical soon. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So this is the new image we are seeing at the our screen over the screen. Physical layer. So physical layer basically followed by the physical or physical layer is represented by the physical schema. So conceptual layer, so very conceptual layer. So many books or the different books we are studying, then we found that sir conceptual layer is there, but you didn't tell us. No, my dear, no difference. Conceptual layers means we are talking about the logical layer, and this is also known as the conceptual layer, and respectively we have the conceptual schema. So conceptual schema, logical schema are also having the same sense. Now view level, you can see this is also known as the external layout view, or we can say this is external layer. Sometimes it is also known as the external layer. So view one, view two, view three. So different person. This one person is Ram, other is Lakshman, other is third one is Bharat. So these three people are looking at their laptop or the desktop. They are doing something, but they are accessing the information from the same database. There is only one database available. So for the view one, we are not installing the different database. View two, we are not installing the different. They all are the part of the same database. From this point, I am remembering, suppose Google is also having the crores of the users account, then Google will not define or will not install crores of the server. Google will use only the one server by which you are able to access. That is the point you have to keep in mind. So there will be only the one group. So 1,000 students we have, or more than 1,000 students we have, so 1,000 students will not have own database. So we will not create the own 1,000 database for the 1,000 students. We will have the one database in the sharing mode. We will apply, and definitely on the basis of privilege, they will access the information. So they are viewing the information. That is the beauty of the view level. So at a different level, view one is seeing the product which belong to the Maggie only. Okay, view two is seeing able to see only data which belong to the oil only. Now view three is able to see only the data which belong to the cost is around the 100. So they are getting the own information. inform the filter manner. But they all are accessing the same database. That is my point. That is my point. Now, is it clear right now? Yes, tell me right now. Is it clear? Yes. Any doubts over?
Sir, could you repeat?
Any doubt in this image you are able to see?
No, sir. Can you explain this again?
Yes, it's simple. We have the one database, and all these three people are getting the same database, followed by the physical layer and conceptual layer. So at each and every layer, we have the schema. That is my point. So view could be the many. We have the only three view over here. We can have the one view or many view. That was my point.
Okay, got it, sir.
Okay. Don't worry. For the view, I will practically. I will tell you what I mean by the view. Okay. So if you're accessing, we are using a view, then actual data will not be affected. We are just able to see only the view. What view means? Only view. View. As an end user, you are able to see only the information on the BTOP. Are you able to edit something? No. So you are having only the view level. That is an end user. Okay, and we all people are sometimes lies between the external layer to the conceptual layer, because we will try to update something. So we are lies between the logical or physical layer. But as a student, always lies between lies on the view level. That was my point. Now, is it clear? Yes, tell me. Is it clear right now? Okay. Now, should we move to the next part?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So,
sir.
okay, good. So what we have seen? We have seen the view of the data, and this view of the data we have seen through the data abstraction levels. There are three levels. Instance and schema are the two terms we have to see. We have seen this diagram, and with this example, we have seen the sub schema part. Okay, so I will write over here the sub schema for a betterment, for note purpose. It will help you. But if I'm remembering the word independence, so you can see there are the three different levels. So we have the three different levels. In these three different levels, each level functionality has each layer has own functionality. So definitely, we can say, my dear all the students, we can say if each layer is also having the own different functionality from the its next, or we can say the higher or lower layer. So the data we are using at a different level is totally independent, is not dependent on the thing. So let me explain this concept with the help of the data independence. So what is the data independence of the database management system? So we have this term right now. So let me explain the definition first and give the definition, then I will tell you the thing properly. Data independence basically is saying to us this is property in our database management system. It explained to us or defined it. If we're changing something in our database schema, then it will not affect the result. It will not affect the entire system. But this is a totally technical definition. So let me explain this term, this concept with the help of the example. But what is written? I'm speaking once again over here. Data independence is defined as a property of the database management system that helps you to change the database schema at one level of the database system without requiring to change the schema at the next higher level. It means if you are changing something at the physical layer or physical level, then logical level, what we have already initialized or already defined, will not affect. That is my point. Let me explain this concept with the help of the example, like this. Now, are you able to see this diagram? Yes, are you able to see this slide where I have mentioned the student schema?
Yes, sir.
So previously, as I told you, my dear students, I have created a database which is a student database and which contain the three important attributes: roll number, student name, and age. But now here, after the things I found there, oh, gender should be there. So what I'm doing at the level, I'm just trying to add something. What I'm trying to add a new column, and and followed by the its data value. So I'm putting the male, female, male. So if I'm adding a new column, will the other information that are stored by the roll number or student name or age will be deleted or removed, will be deleted or erased? No, because all the thing which is already defined, already initialized, already assigned will not be affected. It means the data which I belong to the gender column, the data which I belong to the age column, the data which I belong to the student name are totally independent from each other. Am I right? Now, is it clear? Now, is it clear?
Sir, can you repeat it once?
Yeah, yes, sir. See, now I'm adding a new column name that is gender. So if I'm trying to add the new column gender, then previously the age and roll number and student name was defined by the 1x26 to y22 3z and 18 so and so. So if I'm putting the gender details, so will all the previously stored information deleted? No, we can say it will not be deleted because it is already defined, it is already initialized, because the age values that is followed by 26, 22 or 2018 which is initialized previously or which is used or defined by the previously, if I'm trying to put the new details inside the new column, then it will not affect the any changes, and this is known as the data independence. So data which are associated with the each and every column totally will be independent from each other, and that is known as the data independence. Now, is it clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So same thing will be happen with the row wise. So if suppose I have here the four number. So if I'm trying to put the female gender of this fourth student's record, who have the fourth roll number. So the point we have to keep in mind, the her age 29 will not be changed into the 29 to 39 and 19. So the name will be as it is, and his or her roll number will be as it is. So that is the point. It means this value is totally independent from each other. So this is what this is known as the data independence. This is known as the data independence. Now, is it clear to all right now? Data independence.
Yes, sir.
This is a simple thing. So you will see all these things into the books. Definitely, you will get the confusion. So avoid the confusion. I will like to take the simple example to tell the concept. Now, if we have the three different levels as we have seen in the database, there are three different levels. We have physical level, conceptual level, or logical level, or external level, or view level. So the logical data independence is lie between the external level and conceptual level. And conceptual level and physical level is physical data independence lies between the physical level and conceptual level. So think about the physical data independence. When talking about the physical data independence, so the point we have to keep in mind, just note down the point by the highlighted point. It allows to provide a logical description of the database without the need to specify the physical structure. That was my point. If I'm adding the something gender or I'm adding the address column over here, so nothing will be changed. So logic structure will be as it is. It will not move. It will not be erased at any cost. That was my point. Now, is it clear to all right now? That was my point. So data will be totally independent. Okay. Now, is it clear right now?
Yes, sir.
Because
Yes, sir.
yeah, theoretically I have given lots of the content over here for notes purpose only, so you can read out after the class, but concept should be clear. So now, what are the various examples of changing the under the physical data independence? Of course, see, previously 10 years back, I have used the in 2005 I'm using Gmail server and which provide a different organization structure of the file handling, file mechanism, file storing. But nowadays we are having the Gmail in a different way. So Gmail is Google is transforming the mail server from one technology to another technology. So our previous information, the first mail or second mail will be deleted. No, it will be as it is. If you remember my words, if you're remembering my words once again with the help of the thinking some point, if I'm using my Gmail account 10 years back, then what the mail I have received first time, Then 10 years back, the Google is using the different technology and transforming entire concept from that technology to here new technology because of the demanding the new technology into the era. So what you are saying, your mail until unless you are deleting, you are having the same mail. Mail will not be deleted automatically. So that is the point. So physically, if we are doing any changes, where other our previous information which are stored will not be removed. It means it is totally independent. Now, switching to a different data structure. Yes, previously they have used the linked list or stack, but nowadays they are using the tree data structure. So our information will be lost. No, what we are doing any changes, our information will be as it is. Okay, and in the bank, we are accessing the sequential access method previously 20 years ago, but nowadays we are using random access list. So our information will not be lost. The account I have opened, the balance I had, that would be as it is. My balance will not be lost. That is the point. So from this point, we have to keep in mind that physically we are doing anything in our system, the thing will be as it is. Very frankly speaking, suppose 10 days, 1 year ago, you have installed, you have copied or downloaded a movie, and you are running the movie or watching the movie in your system. But after you are changing the laptop, or you are changing the Windows or other operating system, then movie's content will not be changed. That will be as it is. That was my point. So physically, you are changing anything, your data will not be lost. So data will be independent from the physical layer or physical level. That was my point. Now, is it clear to right now? Yes, tell me right now. This point is clear? Physically data independent. So what are the examples? Now, is it clear right now? Or anything you need to ask?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Okay.
Yes.
So now we are on the last slide. So let me explain this slide. Logical data independence. So I will take 1 minute to concept clear my concept here. Logical data independence is saying to us, if you try to update some software, your previous or existing data will not be lost. Now, so how you can say, yes, I'm saying, just listen to the proper example. If you are using the Google Play on your phone, the information which is stored by your app previously, you're updating the app. You're updating the app. Will your existing data be lost? No, because you're trying to update the features. You're trying to update the versions only. You are not removing the data. Yes, it may ask by the updating the software, it may ask. So logically, data independence saying to us what the previously you have stored into your system will not affect your data if you're trying to update something by updating the APIs or applications or anything. That is my point. So any changes made will be absorbed by the mapping between the external and conceptual level. So what we are doing, what the changes we are doing, it does not affect to the our system. And now you have seen this concept through the Google Play Store where you are updating the software. Now Facebook is now updated, we are required to update. So while updating the Facebook, your account will not be removed or your information will not be lost. The password we are using, that will be saved as it is, and your friend will be as it is. Am I right? This is a logical independence, data independence. Okay, so this is clear to all right now. Data independence and view of the data. Yes, tell me right now. Is it clear to all right?
Yes, sir.